Hey, Dr. Rod here, coming to you from the office. We're in the x-ray room here. I want to talk to you about the problem with our food. Most people think that the problem with our food has to do with our produce and our organic produce rather, or lack of it, and the pesticides sprayed on it. It's kind of the answer, but not really. The actual problem with our food is our meats. And the reason I say that is because when it takes about 8 pounds of feed to make 1 pound of beef. So if there's all kinds of pesticides sprayed on the grasses or the grain or the feed given to the cow, and the cow eats 8 pounds, that 8 pounds of pesticides gets concentrated in the meat. And then when you eat that, then what happens is it's getting super concentrated in us. So if you're going to clean one thing up, we always tell people to start with your meat. The other thing is that most of the meat that we eat, the beef we eat, is not grass-fed, but it's fed grains and corn. And the reason they do that is because it's super cheap, and you can get really big cows out of it and make more money. So what's important about that, though, is it goofs up the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids, and then the fat content in the meat's all wrong. So instead of being 4-to-1, which would be a normal ratio, it ends up being closer to 20-to-1. Different sources will say 15-to-1, but it's way out of whack. And that leads to more inflammatory diseases in our bodies, and one of the main inflammatory diseases would be heart disease, but also cancers, all kinds of illnesses and sickness in the food that we were never meant to eat, raised like that. So what's the solution? And here's the deal is cows were meant to wander around and eat grass, but we feed it grain because it's super cheap and makes them fat. But when they eat grass, now the ratio of the fatty acids in there is closer to 4-to-1. It makes a super healthy animal. And it also, you produce things like CLA, conjugated linoleic acid, which can actually help fight cancers and help us to maintain more normal, healthy weights. Now, I'm not saying eat meat if you're not a meat eater. Some people like meat, some don't do well on it, so you don't. But if you're going to, you want to eat meats that are 100% grass-fed. Now, there's a slick marketing campaign out there that goes with eating grass-fed, because they know that if it says grass-fed, more people are going to buy it. But if that cow eats grass for 2 weeks out of the year, 2 measly weeks, they can say it's grass-fed. And then the rest they feed it grain, and oftentimes they finish it on corn in a feedlot for the last 2 weeks or a month of its life to fatten it up. And I was raised, that corn-fed produces the best beef and marbled meat, and that's the good stuff. It's not. It's the grass-fed, 100% grass-fed, not organic beef, not grass-fed, not pastured beef, but 100% grass-fed. So the solution is we've partnered with Cloverleaf Grass Farm. It's a small farmer, family farm up in Wadena, Minnesota. They come down here once a month and they deliver grass-fed out in our parking lot, and we get nothing out of it. We just hook you guys up, our patients up, with a really, really good, healthy source of food and meat. You can click on the link, Cloverleaf Grass Farm, and you can order directly from them and place your order. You can even call them up, and you get the cell number. They're just normal folks like you and I. You can, if you email us at drbeesman47@gmail.com, we got an offer for you for a discount on your first order that we worked out with them. Again, we don't get nothing out of it, but I just want to turn you on some good meat, because if you're getting your meat at the grocery store, I'm here to tell you that you're not getting very good meat. So they got beef, they got lamb, they got eggs, some chicken stuff, and pork as well. Free range, grass-fed, all that good stuff. And they do sustainable farming And their deal is that they're trying to protect and make cleaner our air, our water, our soil, everything in our lives. So hopefully you find this helpful. Remember, there is no hack to health, and we'll talk to you soon.